Hi there, this is Eric Tars, and I'm the Human Rights Staff Attorney at the National Law Center on Homelessness and Poverty. I'm here in Geneva this week for the U.S. hearings before the UN Committee on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. I'll be giving report backs just to make this process a little more real for folks back home, and to bring home some of the gains that we're going to make here this week. Just a little background on the process. So the U.S. signed the UN Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination back in 1994. This treaty requires the U.S. to make reports on an ongoing basis about the progress it's making in implementing the treaty, in particular how it's rectifying the situation of racial discrimination, both intentional and the impacts of past forms of racial discrimination that continue today. For example, in the U.S. just reported, and in that report, they completely neglected to mention the issue of homelessness. The fact that homeless people are by far overwhelmingly people of color, that although African Americans only make up about 10% of the population, they make up about 50% of the homeless people in most communities, and this would be considered a violation of the treaty, and something that the U.S. needs to actively rectify under the convention. So we'll be meeting with the committee members this week, meeting with the U.S. government, meeting with other UN officials to try and raise this issue with them, raise other issues like the subprime mortgage crisis and its impact on communities of color, especially on women of color, affordable housing issues across the board, immigrants' housing situations, and the criminalization of homelessness. All of these things are issues that we'll be raising with the committee, trying to get them to make their some questions to the U.S. about it, and then to include recommendations from us in their concluding observations, which are basically comments to the U.S. on what they should be doing to better implement the treaty. I hope this is going to be an exciting process. I'll be reporting back every day. This is Sunday now, and I'll be building through till Thursday and Friday when the hearings of the U.S. are actually on, and then even then it's not quite over. The committee will issue its concluding observations in early March, and then it's up to you and up to me to make those gains real for people back home. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at etars, E-T-A-R-S, at nlchp.org, and I hope to have a great interactive process with folks. Thanks. Bye.